cockpit review is of the Porsche 911 GT3, and it's a 1/24 scale model by Tamiya, and looks like a very nice representation of the car. Looks like a little bit longer than the usual Porsches. Different colors here. Let's have a look inside. Lots of parts. It's going to be a detailed model. We'll start off with our glass. Here you can see our typical rear window with the defroster. Here's our front windshield. Lights. Here, this is the Porsche that many people did not want to buy because it's another typical oval lights. They're these weird little inset lights, so not as valuable as the other Porsches. So here are the chrome parts, very nicely painted. Nice wheels. Here are our lights, also nicely painted. Here's our cockpits. We've got some seats here, some body parts. Here's our dashboard with the pedal box, and we also have two different steering wheels here that you could use. Insides of the doors. Here are our wheels, and these are soft rubber, nicely molded, really good quality there. Let's have a look at our body. And it comes with some felt for the inside of the lining. Now that's very nice. Here's the body, nicely molded. No flashing or other mold lines anywhere. Well, here's a mold line. This will just need to be sanded out. So here's the front bumper and some other body parts. Here we are, suspension. All very nicely molded, good quality molding there. Here we have, looks like probably for our mirror. And the last sprue. Here's our chassis, lots of good detail there. Unfortunately, again, our engine is molded in with the transmission. Here's some other suspension parts. Looks like our drive shafts, more suspension and steering parts. Here's our exhaust parts, brakes, and we have our looks like possibly an alternative bumper. Look pretty similar actually. And here's our rear grille for engine cooling. It's really just one area that filled in with plastic. The rest of this is all very nicely molded. Let's have a look at our instructions. So some details about the car. We start off with the suspension parts, and we put those onto the chassis. We put on the rear suspension parts. Exhaust parts go on. The remainder of the front suspension parts, including the steering rack and wheels, go together. Those are then put onto the car. So the seats are put on. Next we have the dashboard and cockpit being put together. And that's put onto the chassis. interesting. Here's the that's the metal transfer. Let's see where that goes. Looks like it actually goes in the back. And we start with the body. Lights going on, glass going in. Bumper goes on. Body goes on, and then some other body parts, including the tail and lights and so on. Here's the painting and decal guide. So this looks like a good quality model, well molded. Only disappointment for me is the engine is molded in, but this was a nice surprise to be able to find this body liner.